Hi everyone, the goal of this video is to help you understand your first essay assignment in this course, which is a comparison and contrast essay. So we're looking at week 5, the module here, and then you can click on Essay 1 assignment to read the details. Just want to go through this with you. The first thing that you want to learn how to do is the basics of a comparison and contrast essay. This can be found in Chapter 8 of your textbook. There are some examples in that section too, which can help you to see how a comparison and contrast essay is developed. Also, if you click on this link, you'll open up a handout on writing a compare-contrast essay, which is very, very helpful, particularly when looking at ways to shift mid-paragraph to the other point. Also for using the point-by-point method, which will be our structure for this particular essay. So going back to the assignment, make sure you check out Chapter 8 as well as this handout before you get started. Our topic is to compare and contrast Martin Luther King Jr. and Jonathan Swift, and we're looking at the similarities and differences in their approach to creating change in their societies. All right, so in order to write this essay, we first have to read and understand them. So last week you did read, and in the discussion board you were brainstorming some ideas about similarities and differences. So use that discussion board as a way to get ideas if you're feeling like, I don't know what I want to write about. Read through other people's posts again, and maybe you can get some ideas for things you want to say in your essay. The first thing to do is understand, how does Martin Luther King Jr. approach creating change in his society in the context of his time period? And understanding sort of how he does that, maybe making a list of some ideas. The second thing then would be making a list of how Jonathan Swift approaches creating change in his society in Ireland in his time period and all the context of everything going on in his world. So it's two different times, two different worlds, two different people. I want you to compare and contrast how they approach trying to make changes in their world, okay? We'll use the point-by-point method, which I just showed you in the handout, to organize your ideas in the essay. This means that in every body paragraph, you will state a similarity or a difference. You'll give textual evidence from King. Then you'll use a transition word to shift, and you'll give textual evidence from Swift's article. And then all through there, you'll be analyzing and making connections or disconnections between the two. That textual support can come in the form of summary, paraphrase, or quotation. So keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be all quotation. You can mix it up. In the introduction of the essay, you'll provide a brief summary of both texts. So just a couple sentences on each one. What is the main point? What is happening? Not a completely in-depth summary, but just the general overview of both so that people have context for what you're writing about. You must include at least one similarity and one difference, but beyond that you can pick. So from there, you might want to have like one similarity and then all the rest are differences, or one difference and all the rest are similarities, or a balance of the two. It's up to you in your reading of both of them. Do you think they're more similar or more different from each other? And the way that you develop the details and break up your paragraphs is up to you. So you don't have to say, I'm going to have 3 body paragraphs. Likely you might have more than that. You know, you might have 4 body paragraphs or 5. It really depends how many points you're making. So I want you to allow your points to determine the number of paragraphs versus from the start saying, I'm going to write 4 paragraphs and now I have to come up with points to support those 4 paragraphs. Do it the other way around. Know what you want to say and then decide how many paragraphs you will have. This is going to be 4 to 6 pages double spaced, so you want to keep that in mind when you're thinking about the number of paragraphs. You won't have any less than 5 to 6 paragraphs total. That will be sort of the minimum for this essay because of its length. And you'll want to use MLA format for page setup as always. Below here I have a rubric so you can see exactly how I'm grading your essay before you begin. which is good to know. So go over this as you think about ideas, but remember that this is something you'll come back to when you're drafting and revising. Okay, I'm going to go to the next page. Oops. It's not letting me do that. I'm going to go this way in the modules. I want to show you what's due this week is the brainstorming and the outline. And if you click on that page in the module, you'll see some basic instructions. But the most important thing is this, the brainstorming and outline template. So if you download that to your computer and you open it up, you'll see that I've created a space for you to brainstorm as well as create all the parts of your essay. So if you follow this model, everything you need will be in the essay. When you complete this, you can actually just type your ideas right onto this document, save it, and then attach it to the assignment for your credit. If you complete the brainstorming and outline fully, then you'll get complete credit for doing it. Keep in mind, you don't have to fill in all the paragraphs on the outline. It depends how many points that you're making. All right, so good luck with this week's assignments. If you have any questions, let me know. I want to help you succeed, and have a good week.